Hello and welcome to a special edition of The Rest is Football. Some big news has broken in the world of football, and that is, of course, that Jürgen Klopp, the Liverpool manager, has announced that at the end of the season he'll be leaving the club. I imagine this news would be tough to hear for Liverpool fans, without a question of a doubt. I'm joined by just Alan Shearer for now. It's a bit last minute. We think Big Meeks must be in the gym somewhere. We can't get hold of him. But it's you and me, Alan. And firstly, I think he's not leaving until the end of the season. Let's make that clear. Yeah. But I think the first thing is, my goodness, what a job he's done for Liverpool Football Club. And how surprised were you by that news?
Yeah, that is huge news in the world of football, because he's such an iconic figure and done such an amazing job at Liverpool. Massive news for Liverpool fans, massive news for the Premier League. He'll be a huge loss. His character, his personality, all of those things, his ability to be an amazing manager, everything will be missed about him. I'm sure that rival teams won't miss him. But yeah, big news coming out of Liverpool this morning. Yeah,
the reason given by himself is he's made a statement, obviously via the club, and you could see it was slightly emotional. And he said he'd running out of energy, or run out of energy. That's the thing. And he is such a passionate guy. You can see that, can't you? The way he manages the team, the way you see him on the touchline, the energy and the kind of absolute passion for the game, for his team, Liverpool. Yep. So you can understand that. I think he did a similar sort of thing at Dortmund. Said he ran out of steam, he needed a little break, and then of course he came to Liverpool. This has not astounded me, I have to say. I sensed it would happen at some point because of his history and because of the amount of energy he puts into the way he does the job. So I'm not overly surprised, but it's still come out of the blue, because there was no rumours. He's obviously managed to keep it quiet and has made the announcement with any sort of pre-knowledge of it.
Well, I don't think you would expect anything less from him or from Liverpool, because it's such a well-run and iconic football club that if it was going to happen, it would happen this way. And that's the right way and correct way, that it didn't leak out. His and the fans of Liverpool were the first to know. I think that was absolutely the right thing to do if it was ever going to happen this way. But as you said, boy, what a job he's done! What a manager he is! His personality, his energy. I mean, you can see that, can't you, on the touchlines? We've said it, or I've said it on here many times, that in a way it's annoying, but you would love him to be manager of your club because of who and what he is, because of what he brings, and you can tell that all his players love him, and the success that he's had there. He delivered the title. That's what Liverpool fans wanted after, 30 years, that he brought it back to Anfield, and all the other trophies that have gone with it, the Champions League. So, yeah, what a man, what a manager, what a coach. Just done an incredible job.
Yeah. It's worth remembering as well, when he took over, that Liverpool were kind of in the doldrums, weren't they? Mm-hmm. Well, they were mid-table sort of side. They've been meandering through. They had a few FA Cup wins, etc. But, they were miles off where they are now. And the recruitment that the club have done, the way he's brought in players, the way he's managed them, the success that he's brought to the club, they're incredibly competitive season in, season out.
Oh, absolutely. And also, when you think about it, Gary, what a chance, or what a way he could actually go out on. I mean, the season that they're having and the season that they could have, I mean, come the end of May, it could be unbelievable. I mean, because they're going strong in every competition they're in. So yeah, what a way he could actually bow out and go and be. I'm not. when you look at some of the names or the managers that have been at Anfield, some of the huge names, I mean, it doesn't get much bigger than some of the names that have been at Anfield. But Jürgen's right up there alongside them. He's delivered what the Liverpool fans wanted and needed. He delivered the title. He delivered the Champions League. And that's where Liverpool should be because of the size of the football club they are.
And it's worth saying as well, isn't it, that if it hadn't have been for the incredible job that Pep Guardiola's done with, with better resources, obviously more money to spend. Without that, the trophy cabinet would have been enormous.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Do you know, we keep on, over the years, we've said the way Messi and Ronaldo have pushed each other. Jürgen and Pep, I think, have done the same in the world of management. They've pushed each other to the extreme, whereas one's won one trophy and the other one's come back and won that, and that they've gone head to head, and I think they've pushed each other along in terms of greatness for their particular football clubs.
I feel for the Liverpool fans today because, I mean, genuinely, they will be. I imagine they'll be absolutely distraught because the things that he's done for that football club, the way he's transformed them back to the power that they used to be when I played, when they were, the club to beat. They were dominant in that particular era, and he's brought that success back. I would imagine, Liverpool fans will feel like they're in mourning, but it also begs the question: where do they go from here? We'll talk about Klopp shortly, but what do Liverpool do? I mean, I presume he's probably told the important people at the club, given them some kind of inkling that this would happen. I doubt he's just turned up this morning and decided to make this announcement. Yeah. So, they will now have to, and they've got a few months to do it, find a replacement, and who that might be. I mean, the obvious one you would probably... Maybe there's a couple, but probably Xabi Alonso, the job he's doing at Bayer Leverkusen. I think he'll be in their thoughts, but I also think he'll be in the thoughts possibly of other football clubs as well. Most notably, if Ancelotti goes, to Brazil, that he might, the Real Madrid could come up. But he's very young in his managerial career, but slightly inexperienced. But the job he's doing at Leverkusen, he will attract. He could also, be someone like Bayern Munich because things are not going so great for them. But it'll be interesting at the end of the season who they actually go for, because they will need someone special to follow in the footsteps of Jürgen Klopp, which will be an immensely difficult thing to do.
Yeah, but don't forget, Gary, this is a football club, as you said before, Kay, that have had great players, some of the best we've ever seen. And they've had great managers, some of the best we've ever seen and likely to see. But the one thing that remains is the football club. So without doubt, they'll go out and they'll get the best that they think for that particular job, because they are back. Jürgen brought them back. Jürgen's brought them back to being regulars, to challenging. All right, it might not have happened the last 3 years, but he's got them into a great position again. Ever since he came into the football club, it's been about them getting bigger and getting better and being more successful. So they'll do their homework, I have no doubt. And the football club continues, but it'll continue, I'm sure, with another great manager and who they think can take them on and carry that success that Jürgen's brought back.
Yeah, I suppose that he's got them into such a position now that it'd be a huge attraction.
Yeah,
pretty much most coaches would want to go there. When he arrived, that probably wouldn't necessarily have been the case. He's won 7 trophies, including, of course, the league championship, the Premier League in 1920, Champions League victory the year before, having lost, of course, in the final to Real Madrid with the Mo Salah injury of the shoulder. But they've beaten Spurs, didn't they, in Madrid, which was huge for them. So FA Cup winner, League Cup winner. So he's won all the trophies here. I think he's twice been voted the world's the best coach. He's done it all. I think when you consider Jürgen Klopp, I think it's the passion more than anything, isn't it? But also, the coaching ability, the style of football is always so pleasing on the eye. It's dynamic, isn't it? It's aggressive, it's attacking, and it's brought so much joy to the Premier League.
Yeah, I mean, you remember when he first came in, is that we constantly sat and analysed how athletic, how fit his teams were, because they did that high press, didn't they? That the forwards were from the front. But yeah, I mean, you've just reeled off all the trophies there. Yeah, that tells you. But I think also, you know, what's really important at a football club like Liverpool is that the manager relates to the fans. He understands what the fans want and who they are and the working class background that they all come from. And Jürgen got that straight away. You could tell he understood the football club, where they were, who they are, all of those things, and he got that pretty much instantly. And that's why they sort of loved him from the off, and they were right to put their belief in faith for them, because, I mean, he's more than delivered for them. He's been exceptional.
They're in all competitions this season. They're still in them, all that they entered, obviously. Do you think this will perhaps inspire his players to want to finish in style even more? I know players want to be successful anyway, but do you think this could possibly be a massive motivational factor to see him off with a triumph?
I'm certain of that he's got such a great rapport with all his players. They all admire him, they all respect him, they all want to run through a brick wall for him already. So absolutely, I can imagine them thinking, it's up to us to give this manager a great send-off, because if anyone deserves it, then he does.
He's got that lead at the top of the table, hasn't he? He's got that 5-point lead. I think the league would be the biggest one of all, wouldn't it, for him, considering the fact that they're not in the Champions League. You would have thought.
Yeah, that would be some way to sign off, wouldn't it? By giving Anfield the league title. But yeah, I think it could work in their favour for the next few months, is that the players will want to give him one hell of a send-off.
Where does Jürgen Klopp go after? I would imagine he's going to take some time out. That's because of the energy thing.
Yeah, I mean, listening to his words, Gary, you can tell that, can't you? I think and you have to take everything he said at face value, because we all know that it's, I mean, just forget about the money, forget about what someone's salary is or being paid. The stress and the energy and the work that managers have to put in at whatever level, it's 24/7. Every minute of every day and every day of the month, and it has such a toll on individuals. You can tell that, and you can listen in his voice that he said he's running out of energy, and you've got to believe that, and I totally understand that and get that, because it's such a difficult job to do.
Bit of time out, and then maybe the England job. I don't think a German coach can take the England job, but
I think without doubt he'll have a little bit of time off, maybe 6 months or 12 months, re-energise, and then look at his options, because there's no doubt that he'll have a few when he decides to come back into it.
Imagine the reception he'll get at the FA Cup game against Norwich at the weekend.
Just a bit. I mean, Anfield will be absolutely rocking, and they'll be full of it, singing his name, and rightly so. What an atmosphere, and yeah, next game pretty soon. It'll be buzzing. It'll be absolutely rocking there, and rightly so.
I saw just watched his video, the announcement video. It was a little bit like the reverse form of Wolf of Wall Street. You know, where he goes, "I'm not leaving." And it's basically just he built it up, and then he just went, "I'm leaving." And it was the other way round, and it was a wow moment.
It was, because of who he is, Gary, and the success that he's brought to Liverpool, and what he is. And it's without doubt, as we've said, it's the right way. It was the professional way to do it, to announce to his fans, Liverpool's fans, first of all, before anyone else got it. And I think that was typical of him and typical of Liverpool Football Club.
Yeah, he's done an amazing job. He really has, and he continues to do an amazing job, and he will do, I'm sure, until the end of the season. I think we'll all miss him in the Premier League, and obviously Liverpool fans will miss him more than anybody. but what a job he's done for them. Jürgen Klopp, who's announced that he's going to resign at the end of the season in terms of Liverpool, and we'll see what the future holds for him. Thanks for jumping on, Alan. It was, certainly worth talking about. This is as one of the big stories in world football. Bye for now, everyone.
Have a good weekend.